Hi everyone, my name's Justin, and today we're going to be covering the live coding section of the third week of the Codehaven online curriculum. Let's get started. I've got two examples for all of you, and then we're going to have an interactive section where we answer some questions. So let's begin. First of all, loops are a way to allow you to repeat things over and over, such as an instruction. If you wanted to do something 100 times, you don't need to tell the computer 100 times. You can tell the computer once and then ask them to repeat it 100 times. Here, let's look at this example. This demonstrates a for loop with 10 repetitions. That means we're probably going to expect to see something happen 10 times. Let's find out what that is. Well, it seems like he's moving and turning. Again, he's moving and turning. Third time, fourth time, fifth time, and so on. So let's just stop it there for now. We are going to want to replicate this moving and turning in our own sort of example. So let's see. To make moving and turning, first we need the when flag clicked button. Then we're going to use the first new loop, a repeat. And then for the repeating part, we're going to want them to move. Then you want to wait, which is under control. You wait 1 second. Then you're going to turn. They turn 90 degrees, so let's also turn 90 degrees. 90 degrees is a right angle. And then we need one more wait at the end, or else he'll move again too soon. And that, oops, I put it a little outside. That should be the first example. Let's see if Scratch's behavior on our screen is similar to the behavior on the other screen. All right, he is moving, he is turning, he moves, he turns. He moves, he turns. And although it will take a while, it will happen exactly 10 times because we said repeat 10. All right, good job everyone. Now, let's move on to the next example. The next example demonstrates a while loop or a repeat until loop. While the sprite is not touching the edge, move 20 steps forward and wait for 1 second. Let's try and make something similar on our own example. First, we're still going to need the when flag clicked button. And now, instead of using repeat, we're going to use repeat until. And now, what he asks us to do is move 20 steps forward and wait 1 second. And the condition that you stop at is going to be a conditional, like we learned last time. And it's going to be when he's touching the edge. Well, we don't have touching edge, we have touching mouse pointer, but that's kind of similar, so you can adapt it to wait until he's touching the edge. And now, this example should be the same. Just for the sake of speed, I'm going to make this 0.2, that way he'll wait less time. Let's give it a shot. Alright, and Scratch indeed moves forward until he collides with the edge, at which point he stops. If you moved him elsewhere, he'd still do the same thing just until he hits the edge. Alright, and that is the second example. Now, let's move on to some interactive questions. So for this part of the video, try to pause when I tell you to pause, and then think about the answer in your own head, and then I'll tell the answer, and you can compare. There is no completely correct answer, it's just to think about and share our love of computer science. So let's get started. First of all, why would you need one of these loops? Try and think about it on your own. Pause the video. Alright, now let's continue. I assume you've thought of a great answer on your own. I'm sure it's wonderful. Unfortunately, I can't hear it, but I'm sure you got this. So for me, my answer is going to be, you need loops. First, it saves you a lot of writing because if you want to do something 100 times, you don't have to write it out 100 times. Just write it out once and then repeat it 100 times. Second of all, it's easier to understand. If somebody sees a list of 100 instructions and they don't realize they're all extremely similar, they're going to have to read through the whole thing to understand what's going on. But if you had a single loop, it would be a lot easier for them to realize, oh, this is the same thing 100 times. And third, it's really easy to change things because instead of changing it in 100 places, you only have to change it in one place. So those are the three reasons why loops are really useful. Alright, next question. I hope you're enjoying this. So what is the difference between repeat versus repeat until, and why would you want to use one over the other? Okay, so now get ready, pause the video. Great. So, my answer is you would want to use repeat when there's a certain number of times you want something to happen. For example, if you know you want 10 things to be built, you only want to build them exactly 10 times. You don't want to keep building forever. On the other hand, if there's some kind of condition that needs to be satisfied, a conditional such as, for example, repeat until you're touching the edge, keep listening until the class is over, along those lines, you would want to use repeat until because you don't know how many times it's going to take. You just know there's a point where you have to stop. All right, great. That's the interactive questions. Thank you for attending this live coding session. See you around on Codehaven.